Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I am Bryce, owner host of Bryce Davis.
What's good?
Back a bit for another episode. Man, first off, how are you? It's been a crazy week, man.
Yeah. Real interested.
Yeah,
NBA got active.
Then it felt like a kid in Compton, man. They was ready to go right from the jump, right out the porch.
Round 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it cracking. Let's just get right to it. This news, for the second time in a span of like a month.
Yeah.
An NBA team who's going to the playoffs have fired the coach. Obviously, we're talking about
both in the Western Conference.
This one is a NBA Finals winning, championship winning coach.
Yep.
Obviously, the Nuggets decided to part ways with Michael Malone with only a couple games left to go in the season.
And when they did it, I think they only had like 4 games left at the time.
And they were a top 4 seed, and they still are at this very moment a top 4 seed in the Western Conference. Not too far. They're like, they could have won 50 games. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got 40 or 49 wins right now, but like they're possible on par, close to.
Yeah, 50.
Just shy of maybe 50 wins. They're 1 game away from 50 wins. So the team wasn't bad.
No.
But
game time performance had suffered.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the biggest thing that everyone could see, is that this Nuggets team didn't look like the championship Nuggets team that we had seen even last year.
So, okay. So the news breaks.
Yeah.
That Michael Malone is fired, right? What's your initial reaction when you hear that he's gone?
Initially, I'm trying to understand why the organization made that decision, right? Because like I said, with Taylor Jenkins being in the back of my mind, I'm like, so they don't believe in him either. And as more reports came out, the thing was different, but I was kind of thinking a Taylor Jenkins-like situation where the organization was just like, we don't believe in you anymore. Now that we've got more information, things are different, but that was my thought. What about you?
So, okay, first I was like everybody else. I couldn't believe it. I was at work.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I saw, but I saw something about him getting fired. I was like, no. So it was like the Luka trade was like, oh, nah.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, they really fired this man. That's crazy. So then you think, okay, what happened, right? You thinking, okay, what the GM got to do about it? He got fired.
Yep.
Okay, so what's going on now? So now my spideys are tingling, like something's up. And so my first initial stance was something must have been brewing behind the scenes, but maybe the team thought they could get to at least the postseason, and then we'll handle it in the offseason. But when the firing took place, I'm like, okay, something must have came ahead like to yesterday.
Yeah.
To where like figure, okay, we cannot go on this way. We can't go another moment, another second existing like this, because it doesn't matter what happens. We just can't. We won't win anyway like this. So at least I think they thought, okay, we can't win like this. We can't.
Yeah.
So to give her a chance to give us a shot at something this postseason, this energy has to go.
Yeah.
It sucks that the timing, but it has to go. It's sort of like, I think we talked about this before. I believe that once you think somebody should go, get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought a lot of people online couldn't understand the decision. But as more news came out, I'm like, well, that makes the most sense, right? I don't wait to be a loser, right? If we're gonna lose with this guy anyway, let's just go ahead and get him out the building. Why wait to the postseason at this point if we're confident that he can't fix these problems? Let's make the decision. And once the GM went, like, so even he wasn't part of the decision. The organization just said, clean house. We got to start over. And then when they came back and say, well, we're trying to do this to actually win, I'm like, oh, fair enough. Because at this point, maybe Michael Malone isn't the guy. Because now they're in the history. They were already iffy on him before he won the championship. So they were in a Bucks situation where we didn't believe in you. We went ahead and won. So now we got to stick around with you. And that's not how you run an organization, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. You want to have your coach as someone you believe in, you can trust to right the ship. And they just said, you're not the guy. Go ahead, get out of here.
I think it's also that they probably see it, the Kroenke see it as like an addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually going to be a better unit with you gone.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't think people realize in sports, it's okay. If players don't get along, whatever. That can still work because sports is still sports.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a coach and a player don't get along, whatever. Sport, like, I'm still gonna do my job.
Yep.
Right? If a player and management don't get along, who cares, right? Because, again, they're still different. You do your job, I do my job. We ain't got to talk, right? We've seen, like I said, with the player, we've seen Shaq and Kobe not get along.
Yeah.
With coaches and players, we've seen Larry Brown and Iverson not get along. With management and players,
the Bulls
and
Jerry Krause,
right? With Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen not get along. But when the coach
and the GM don't get
along, we got a problem.
Yep.
Because now the guy's responsible for the kind of synergy
these are the guys that are supposed to brew this basketball soup and make something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The coach and GM are supposed to both agree this is how we build our team, and apparently that just was not the case with Booth and Malone since Booth became the GM, basically.
Right, because the thing about it is, these guys do affect on court.
Yeah.
They affect everything from personnel.
Yep.
So we're talking about free agents.
Yep.
We're talking about draft picks.
Yep.
We're talking about play style.
Yep.
Right?
Talking about who gets minutes.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So so now player can control that now.
Yeah.
Right? He can't control if me and this guy get along. We can't control Jokic can't control if I pass the ball out and they sign a dude who can't hit an open jump shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how good I am, these two fools can't get together.
Yeah.
So because they can get together, they got different ideologies. The trickle down effect is a mess on the floor.
Yep.
You get what you get.
Yep.
And I think that the Cronkies realize, you know what, man? You know what? To hell with it.
Yeah.
You the problem and you the problem.
Yeah.
Both y'all gotta go.
Yeah.
And I think it's surprising to people because a lot of people got a lot of love for Malone.
Yeah.
And he won a championship.
Yep.
But at the same time,
at the same time, like it sounds weird to say, but sometimes winning a championship doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Because before we were having issues. Before you won that chip, we were having issues. Now, after we won the chip, we're having issues.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when we see a steady trajectory. Like, all right, you came in, you wrote the ship, we won a championship, and things still kind of stay the same. But even after that chip, we kind of saw old Malone, the Malone that we didn't like. And that's different.
And also, I don't think people realize, and I can't take it back. I think people do understand the type of atmosphere that can create.
Yeah.
Like, that matters. When guys show up and people are walking on eggshells and people don't know who's running the ship here.
Yep. Facts.
You know, whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
Who's on first?
What am I supposed to be doing?
What am I supposed to be doing today? Like, or, you know, it's just, it makes everything a very uncomfortable, intense environment. And that makes, and again, that affects everybody.
Yep.
In order for a team to win a championship, every single body has to be working at optimal level.
Yep.
Remember Giannis? People got mad at Giannis for this. Remember Giannis made that comment a couple years ago about how everybody got to be accountable, and he even brought up the ball boy,
yeah,
or like the dude who made like
the equipment dude,
yeah, equipment dude. Like, we all got to be all on in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that's real.
That's real. Yeah, 100%.
Everybody got to be on their A game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to know what they doing, because we can all be on one accord, one ship to get this job done.
Yep.
You can't have two people at that level.
Yeah, the two most important people above the players can't agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
That is going to affect how I play basketball fundamentally. If my coach has one idea, my GM has another, and they can't agree on what I'm supposed to be doing out there on the court, what am I doing?
And then on the Malone side, it's like, dog, I will never have a problem with a coach being fiery. I would never have a problem with a coach being blunt, honest. But damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Because you're not perfect either.
Yeah.
Like I think people are gonna attribute this as somehow Russ got him fired. That Malone got Malone fired.
Right.
By playing Russ.
Brett screwed Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Malone got Malone fired at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
His game time decisions got him fired. You having Russ out there in the fourth quarter, knowing he doesn't have a high basketball IQ in these situations, he was going off the name, dog. Mm-hmm. If you watched film, you would know, Russ, I can't trust you in some of these moments, man. You coming off the bench again. You would say that if you were a true tell it like it is coach, but you weren't. That was full of shit.
And also, bro, bro. After a while, dudes don't want to be hearing all that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Like I
dog,
said, you kind of full of it now.
bro, like, okay, when I'm young and or we trying to get to it or whatever,
Yeah.
like, cool. I'm the rah, you screaming at me, cool. All right, cool. Dog, we just won a championship, bro.
Yeah.
I'm already good.
Yeah.
I know what it takes to get the job done. I don't need okay, now all right. Like after a while, you start sounding like Charlie Brown's parent.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah. Here he go. Roll your eyes, roll the back of your head.
It's kind of and you've experienced like when your parents are kind of telling you something and you've already like heard it like 1,000 times. Like, bro, I'm good. Mm-hmm. I am good on this. Why are you drilling me on this one?
Or it's sort of like what happened with Malone is when you're young and you see like your parents may like discipline or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just kind of take it.
Yeah.
And you get older and your parents discipline, and this time you like they say that you have like a belt and they spin the belt and you grab it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, it don't work this time, bro. Yeah, give me something else.
Yeah.
You can't give me nah.
The belt not it's not working,
It
bro.
don't work, dog. That's not gonna work, dog. Not this time.
Yeah.
Go back, go find another look, bang your tricks, something else, cause this passe. This passe.
Yeah.
And I think what Malone is, and every coach should be aware of this.
Yep.
Your inability to adapt as a coach will always be your greatest failure.
Yep.
Every single coach's greatest fatal flaw has always been their inability to adapt.
Yep.
Right?
No matter what it is.
To players, to the time, to the era they're in. If you refuse to adjust, you will get phased out. We've seen it happen to players.
Yep.
It damn sure can happen to coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Malone, and that can happen to you gotta not only can you gotta adapt to players like new players, but you gotta adapt to your own players.
Yeah.
You gotta know, you know what?
Who is Jokic this year?
Yeah.
Not just I've known Jokic for a long time, but Jokic this year might be in a different place than he was last year.
Right.
I got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Murray, like, hey, bro, you came into you exited the season and are starting the season kind of iffy. What do we got to do to help you get back to who I know you can be?
I think a good example to me would be like somebody like a Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
I'm curious how Greg Popovich talked to Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan on a day-to-day basis in like 2003 compared to like say 2014.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't the same.
I would like to think it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, did he put his foot in their ass every now? Yeah.
Of course.
You screw up. I'm gonna call you out. But I'm not gonna be hooting and hollering.
But at some point, even I as a coach will get tired. Like, yo, bro, y'all vets, bro. Why I gotta holler about this again?
Well, I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah. You should know what to do.
I go further. I trust you. When I need you, you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you no more.
Yeah.
I've seen it for a decade plus. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker.
I gotta worry about Kawhi.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust that whatever needs to be fixed, you will fix it because you've done it before.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep coming in here and hooting and holler for what? Because eventually it's gonna fall on deaf ears.
Yep.
So rather than I just trust and believe that when a moment comes, you've done what you've done this last decade.
Yep.
Which is why he's still advanced from the David Robinson era to the Tim Duncan era to the Kawhi Leonard era to the Victor Wembanyama era. There's a reason why he's keep advancing.
Yep.
And meanwhile other dudes keep flailing out.
Yep.
And Mike Malone's another example of a guy who just, bro, you failed to adjust to your own players.
Yep.
To your own guys. You know what I'm saying? If Jokic if the dude who never bitches managed, it's annoying with y'all at, what does that say?
It says a lot.
And think about this. No, and I end it with this. When the Cronkies told Jokic what they decided to do.
Yep. He didn't fight it. Yep.
Because remember when Jason Kidd got fired?
Yeah, Giannis was pissed.
Giannis was pissed.
Yeah.
He was not happy he got fired. He's publicly said that. Like, he wished he was still there. Oh, Jokic is like, yeah, man, look, hey, man, they made a decision, dog. What you want me to
Yeah.
do?
Organization made a decision.
Yeah,
they informed me what was going to happen, and I said, okay.
I said, cool. Yeah,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
All right.
I ain't, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's how you know he was good. He was cool with it.
Yep.
Like, I'm cool. Like,
Yep.
Adam is ready. He ready. He ready. I'm sick of this dude. I'm
over it.
Yeah.
I'm over the Malone experience.
I'm over it. It was fun. We won a championship, but it's time for a new, and that's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes it's time for a new voice.
Yep. Sticking NBA.
Yeah. My guy Luka.
Yeah.
Returned to Dallas, and Gave us 40-something points.
Yeah, not for y'all though.
Yeah,
for the Lakers.
Yeah,
he put 40 on your head.
That's it. He gave us. I said gave us 45. Not he, not like on our behalf.
No, that's your expense
to us. You know what I'm saying? This game was crazy because in the first half we was like sticking with him.
Yeah.
He was balling.
Yeah.
But like, oddly enough, what's the guy's name? Oh my god. Not Najee. Oh my god. Not Najee Harris.
No. Marshall?
Yeah, Najee Marshall. I'm thinking of running back.
Yeah.
Najee Marshall was going band for band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was Central C. Yeah. I'm like, I said, all right, turn up there.
Yeah.
Like, this is the Najee Marshall game. You know?
Let's go. Yeah.
And funny because I was on Twitter and dudes were like, bro, like Laker fans like, bro, I promise you Najee Marshall not this nice, bro. I promise you he not this.
He was never like this.
Because I didn't know he was until last year we played with New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's mainly like a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
But he been hooping for us as of late. And I posted, you can see my tweet. I was like, yo, I've seen enough. Go ahead and give me the extension.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And I want him starting next year.
Yeah.
And I want Klay Thompson minutes to go to him as well.
Facts.
Like, he was hooping. And LeBron was kind of slowing.
Yes, he was slow. Yeah.
And but our guys couldn't hit water fell out of a boat. Peter Washington was struggling.
Yep.
And then the second half come, and Luke slowed down in the third. And then the fourth quarter came, and LeBron James did LeBron James things. And in that game, I said, you know what? That's why they got rid of you, Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching this game and goes, that's why they got rid of you.
No impact.
Nowhere to be found.
No impact.
Now, the Lakers got one clear deficiency.
Yeah, they don't have a big.
They don't have a big.
That's it.
They play Jackson Hayes. Other than that, they don't really have a. You should be feasting.
Yep.
You should end it tonight with 40-some points, 20
boards.
20 a couple blocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you should have been flirting with a triple-double,
Yeah,
honestly.
you should have been feasting that game.
Yep.
Instead, you hitting. You trying to pull up for 15-footers. Like, here we go.
Yep.
I say, no, that's why they got rid of your ass.
Yep.
I see it now.
Yep.
And, the fans was trading fire Nico the whole night.
Yeah. Mark Cuban hands in his head.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough one. It's a rough one because Luka is a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
And
generational.
And I don't care what anybody says. You give him the contract because you can always trade it. I don't care what anybody says. In the NBA especially, you can give somebody a bad contract and somebody will take it, a la Phoenix. Somebody will take it. So even if you have buyer's remorse 3 years later, somebody will take it. They should have just gone ahead and given the contract.
That's the whole thing I feel bad because I'm like, I remember firing Nico chance. Some goes, it ain't him.
No.
I don't care how good. I don't care how much leeway
the organization wouldn't have allowed it.
I don't care how much. You think the Hunt family would let who's it? Veach? Who's your guy?
Oh, Brett Veach.
Yeah. You think if he went to like, yo, hear me out.
Yeah, we trading Patrick.
Yeah, we trading Patrick.
F no. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Overruled. Next.
Think again.
Next.
Yeah, as soon as he's about to sign the trade, somebody can hop on the phone. Yeah, go ahead and hang up, buddy.
Yeah,
but that trade's not happening. Go ahead, hang up. Hang up.
Bro, they probably delete like the cell tower. Everybody blow up cell tower. Like, nigga, ain't no service. Ain't no service for the miles, nigga.
If he's trying to do what? Oh, hell no.
Like, it don't matter how great your GM is. You're not letting him get that off. You just not letting him get that off.
Yep.
And I'm like, dog, I wish fans could just see between the lines.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
the organization allowed it.
It was their decision.
Yeah.
They pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah.
It was their decision, dog. They ain't go, oh, we don't know nothing about basketball. So if you think this Luka guy needs to go, sure, hey, man, we trust you. Hell no. They bought the team. They bought the team with Luka in mind.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They saw that deal. They ain't want to pay it.
Yep.
Got rid of him for Anthony Davis, his deal be up soon. They get be like a fresh start in a couple of years. That's what they want.
Yep.
But yeah, he cooked us, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a dangerous team. We in the play-in tournament, so our season ain't over.
It's not over. Y'all, and I do think because it's y'all. I think the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the two other teams who were there with you
In the play-in.
Well,
remember the other two. We still don't know what the other two.
That's true. Yeah.
But we in it. We in it for sure.
I think y'all can beat the Kings. The Kings are us of the West.
But
now.
we not. I don't want us to make the playoffs. I have no desire to see this team get.
So you in my boat.
Y'all got young players though.
True. True.
We got nigga, give some rest. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got time to be chasing the Rockets.
Yeah, Oklahoma,
up and down,
Memphis or Minnesota,
up and down. I think because we're 9th or 10th, so I think at best we can only do is like 8th.
Got you.
Remember the 7,
True,
8.
yeah.
They compete for that 7th spot. So best we can do 8. So we got time. I might chasing these niggas around the fucking court, bro.
Yeah. We're not able to get pressed by Oklahoma with that defense.
Yeah,
and all that crap.
we just
yeah.
y'all got it.
Yep.
We got it. We'll just end our season now.
Earlier we gave him crap earlier last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you ever expect to be in this situation?
Well, first I didn't expect us to trade Luka Doncic. Yeah, I didn't know that was the starting point for our downfall.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you'd be like, yo, Kyrie goes hurt. Ah, damn, okay.
Par for the course.
The Klay Thompson contract kind of ends poorly. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, certain things, okay, I can see this happening. Trading Luka Doncic would have been like option like
Z.
Yeah, nah, like, and I still
that's not happening.
Nah, nah, just so I'm still stunned. It's still a little bit surreal.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I do feel like because the one thing I did like in that game was I remember tweeting this. Our roster isn't even that fucking bad.
It's not. It's not.
That's the worst thing about it, bro.
The two things that would have helped y'all, which is not getting that injury bug in the middle of the season, right after the All-Star game, wasn't it? It's like right after All-Star break.
We had guys get hurt before.
True, yeah. But y'all got kind of injured at the worst time, and the roster could still it's not a bad roster, but now that Anthony Davis is here, it has to change.
You think so?
Just a little bit. Because one, I agree with you that I think Klay Thompson was specifically a Luka type decision. You bring on Klay Thompson because you have Luka Doncic. Now, not as necessary because, like you said, Najee Marshall can get those minutes, and he's younger anyway, younger and cheaper.
Yeah.
So that's one where it's like that has to change a little bit. Like we can get rid of Klay Thompson and find a different player to fit around what Kyrie and Anthony Davis do. But those like small changes. The roster's still good. It's just small tweaks now because you don't have Luka.
Yeah. We need an actual point guard.
Yeah.
Like we can't. We have no point guard out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, we got no point guard. I thought about because Spencer Dinwiddie ain't really a point guard. He's just a scoring guard. So, but yeah, man, it's crazy to see. I'm still curious to see how far the Lakers can go, but just seeing our to go from just all of this. Think about this.
Yeah.
Whether it's us, whether it's Minnesota, whether it's Denver, even Memphis from where they were a couple years ago, how fast
that just
life
fall
comes
off.
at you. Memphis, one moment you're fine in the West. Next you know you got guys. Your best player throwing fake grenades into the crowd.
There's there's a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
Like we think about Atlanta a couple years ago going to the
Eastern
Conference Finals.
Yeah, we knew that was fool's gold.
We
They went.
knew that. Like I said, Grizzlies being number 2 in the West and just never getting back there. Y'all now getting all the way to the finals, and then the organization is like, yeah, get rid of Luka. Like, man, some just wild decisions. Do you think all these decisions got kind of made because of just how tight the West is this year? Because it was tight this year.
No, I just think in an NBA, it all comes down to one thing: money.
True.
It comes down to one thing: money. It's it. It's guys make decisions based off money. Do I want to pay a player? Do I don't? Do I think this guy's worth this? Do I don't? It's that money and value. Am I getting the value based on what I'm paying this guy? If I don't, I'm flipping him. Simple as that. And I think that's what happened. Even another team adds to that as far as like how far you fall. And you think about the Kings with the whole life of being done. Think about the Suns. They were in the finals a couple years ago too. They missed the play-in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They about to blow their team up in the offseason. So it just the NBA proves you every year. Life comes you fast.
Honestly,
life comes you super fast.
It's funny because as much as we've been watching in the NBA and how often this has happened, it still kind of shocks you every time, right? Indiana back in the day, Atlanta back in the day, just a lot of teams where you're like, okay, they next up. No, they not. Wild.
Moving on from that though, we have a situation that happened in Tennessee. In college football.
The Vols, Volunteers.
With the NIL, and I'll go let you ahead kind of.
Yeah, so just in the past, couple of days, honestly.
Yes.
I can't remember his last name, Nico. I can't pronounce it.
I am Leva. I am Leva. Levi.
Levi, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
was kind of holding out of spring football.
He's gone now.
He's gone now,
Yeah.
but he was holding out from spring football. And the reasoning was he wanted to increase his NIL deal. He was at like a $2 million kind of NIL deal, and he wanted to up that to $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of this Mexican standoff for a couple days. And today, Tennessee pretty much said, "You can go ahead and take a walk, buddy."
Deuces.
Go ahead and take a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Which everyone's kind of trying to wrap their head around. Is this the new college football landscape, right? Where guys can negotiate with their NIL deals. Tennessee is saying, F no, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if other guys might try this. Your thoughts on kind of what this might spell for the new college football landscape?
It's crazy. It felt very NFL-ish.
Right?
Holdout does not sound like a college term.
No.
We hear holdout, think, all right,
Yeah.
NFL.
My extension's coming up.
Yeah, like you think NFL, like, okay, he holding out, like, okay.
I don't got no guaranteed money.
Yeah, like we okay, I understand what's going on. A college player holding out is like, all right, the first question you gotta ask yourself is, have we gone too far with this?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
and a lot of people online were not on Nico's side, because to a lot of people this ain't college football, right? And that's just not how college football operates. Even if you got NIL money to hold out, that's not college.
I think for me it's this, right? I think everybody is in agreement that college athletes need to get paid.
Yes.
Right? We all agree. The whole student athlete BS, right? I went to a school who's Division I now. There was Division II then. And even their schedules was crazy.
Yeah.
Had to get up early as crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
mandatory team
yeah,
workouts.
Their schedules were like militant. They do this, that, and the third, right? So we were all agree with them getting paid, but the way in which it has happened, it's just kind of been confusing and weird. And guys are signing deals, and guys aren't getting paid, and guys are leaving schools because they're not getting paid, and guys are like transferring to high click because they want bigger bags.
Yep.
It's like it feels like free agency. It feels like professional sports just with a collegiate title on it.
Yeah.
And I don't think no one wants that.
No.
We want you guys to get paid, but we still want the lure of you guys being college players.
Yeah.
Right? The moment it starts feeling like professional sports, then we just go watch the NFL.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Because that's a better product anyway.
Right. I know disrespect to Nico, but I don't care about you holding out.
Yeah.
Because like it's different between you holding out and say Lamar Jackson holding out.
Right.
It's just a different holdout. He better get his paid.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if you get paid or not.
Facts.
And I think to me, because I think what we all wanted was we just wanted college players to get paid. I think
the best way to say is we wanted them to get paid for what they contributed to, right?
Yeah.
College sports became $1 billion industry.
Yes.
And the NCAA specifically made rules that way college athletes kind of suffered from it, right? Like college athletes and coaches, right? I couldn't do right by my players who needed assistance.
Mm-hmm.
That was wrong, right? That was wrong. You already had boosters and everything under the table anyways. Let's just kind of make that more official and not make it so schools lose a bunch of money for what they were already doing. Fix that. But because the NCAA didn't want to fix it, the government had to get involved. And that's where you get NIL deals and stuff like that.
So I have a little bit more on it. So Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava is holding out. He missed spring practice as he and his reps they were seeking a deal worth $4 million per year. Iamaleava was on like you said, an NIL deal worth $2 million per year in 2022. He's looking to double his salary. It's $4 million. Tennessee coaches were surprised by his absence from practice, and it's unclear if he'll consider the transfer portal ahead of his opening on April 16th, which he is now. He has a choice now. The deal would make him one of the highest paid college athletes. This is the first known holdout late to NIL, the first one. He's only 20 years old. He threw for 2,616 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with a 63.8 completion percentage in his first full season as a starting QB. He also rushed for 358 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2024. And then it also said that, and this is from ESPN, Tennessee, decided that they were moving on from Nico. He formed the head coach, Josh Hoople. Halp.
Yeah.
Informed the team of the decision at a team meeting. Iamaleava missed meetings and practice on Friday, which was the driver of the decision. That's another thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do a holdout, bro, in college, bro, take your ass to practice, bro.
Facts. Just participate in the other things.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta play, but you can participate in other things.
Have a hold in.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I know you're a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know how to do it. Like,
malicious compliance, bro.
right.
I'm gonna be here, but I'm not just gonna, do everything. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to meetings, right? But I'm not gonna talk a lot. I'm gonna go to practice, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do all the drills. I'm not gonna do anything that's got me hidden.
How your reps handle stuff behind the scenes for you?
Facts.
Talk to the coach like, hey man, my reps are telling me this. I'm hearing some stuff. I could possibly get a bigger deal. You know how it kind of goes. It's business now.
Yeah.
Coach. You got a contract with Tennessee.
Yep.
If another school wants to offer you a bigger bag, you probably wouldn't hesitate to leave us.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get what's mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up though. I'm gonna be professional.
Yep.
Because it's a business.
Yep.
I'm sure to practice. I'm gonna give you all my all.
Yep.
But I want to get taken care of, and I need you to figure something out before the every 16th day, or I'm heading to the portal.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Nothing more, nothing less. Because now it is a business.
Yes.
When you start doing all the theatrics, because we don't like the theatrics. We barely like it, but we understand it.
We barely like holdouts in the NFL.
NFL, yeah.
Yeah.
But we get it. But we barely like it then, especially when niggas, it ain't the top guy.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I think like last year with Hassan Reddick,
Right.
where we're all like, bro, like, I get it, but like, you just got to the Jets, bro.
Yeah, right.
You just got there.
You just right there. Like this whole boy, this your first year as the full-time starter. You just became a full-time starter, bro. If you was really like that, play good again, and if you really like that, head to the league.
Facts. You get even more money anyway.
Yeah, you get my money anyway. You ain't got to worry about $4 million. You ain't got to worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you really like that, if not, then re-up for your last year.
Yeah.
But I just think there was a piss poor move on his part. Now he's ass out of a program that was really good last year.
Yeah.
So now his future's unknown.
Yeah.
He ain't. I'd be shocked if he gets $4 million.
I'd be shocked at that too.
Especially this late.
Just because of how late it's happening. Most programs have already kind of decided on who their quarterback's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You should hit the portal already.
Yeah.
If this was part of your decision making, you should have probably already been hitting the portal.
That's another thing. Like what prompted you to do it now?
Yeah.
Like, was this like have you been negotiating this whole time and it just finally came to a head now, or like why now? You should have been giving yourself more leeway, more leverage before it hit this point.
Yeah.
Y'all almost out of school, fam.
Almost out of school, and who's gonna pick you up this late? Like spring ball is short.
I don't. Let's get it clear. He'll get picked up.
But it's not gonna be the program that you want.
And not be program you want, and it's not for the money. And not you may a risk of making less than you made at Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like this is different, man.
It is.
It's different, dog. But anyway, man, that's all the time for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Olding. Follow me Instagram at Bryce David Olding. Bryce, go on.
Yep. Hit me at Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, you're here from the horse's mouth. Unless an ass who told you we out. Peace.